Hello everybody, Flash Notion here, and I am late getting to this. But it is time to start a brand new series on the channel! Yay, those are always fun! Sometimes. Oftentimes, the start of a new series can be a little bit intimidating. Not really sure if that's what's going on this time, and why I delayed it, or if I'm just being a lazy piece of shit. Who knows? Not me. But what is important is that, new series. So today we're starting Soul Eater. And I was wrong. I thought this series was actually a fairly long one, like 150 episodes at least. But no, it's only 50 or so episodes. And that's a little bit disappointing, actually. I was kind of looking forward to having another long runner. Rather than having to, start another new series relatively soon. But nope, 50 episodes, so we'll be getting through this one fairly quickly since it's going to go into 3 videos a week slot. So this series has been on the list for a decent amount of time. It's one of those that I've heard is really good, but that I know very little about. I know it's more of a magical-based series, which sounds like fun. I've had a few that are more like science-y. Trying to think like which ones have been more magic-y that I've actually reacted to. And I think the spider one in like as far as anime goes specifically, but I feel like the spider one is one of the only ones I've actually reacted to that's an anime with magic in it. So having some more, and this is like a classic magic system, not like a video game based system as far as I'm aware. So that'll be nice. And I think there's something about like people turning into weapons or something like that. So that'll be cool. Let's see. I know that the studios behind this have produced some quality stuff before, so I'm expecting a pretty good looking series at the very least. Other than that, not a clue. Don't know who the voices are or anything like that, so we're just gonna have to get into it, get watching, and find out who it is, because, I've been wanting to watch this one for a while. So yeah, we're going to be doing 2 episodes per video, as usual. So, yeah. I don't actually have titles. I did glance at the titles earlier, but they were all so long and wordy that I'm just like, I don't even care. I'm just gonna get to it based on the number of episodes. And are you fucking serious? I want to eat that guy's soul. Fucking hell. But yeah, based on the number of episodes and the general, are you fucking kidding me? There is no reason for it. I'm agitated today, in case you couldn't tell. But yeah, based on just the overall number of episodes and the basic premise, genre, whatever of the series, I'm guessing it's going to be a more serialized, less episodic type thing. So we're probably going to be able to maybe start guessing what's going to be happening in the future of the series within a few episodes, I imagine. Either way, let's just get into it, shall we? First 2 episodes. We shall commence in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Well, that was certainly not what I was expecting. I'd forgotten actually about the clip with the pumpkin witch who turned out to be a cat. I'd forgotten that was actually when I first saw of this. So like my initial expectations going into this were very different. I was not expecting a primarily comedic, honestly, series. Yeah, that was a little bit of a shock when, Death first showed up there and was all quirky, and it was this, very zany kind of art style that I actually really, really do like. There's something about it. It just works so well. I kind of want to see other series done in this style. So right off the bat though, yeah, that's the big thing that sticks out to me is just the art style of this. It looks so good. The character design is on point, and just everything about it works very nicely. And I even the backgrounds, I really do like that. It's just very different from anything I've watched so far on this channel. All the cartoons that I have watched for this channel have been more modern stuff, which, yeah, as much as I do like stuff like Steven Universe and Starverse, modern cartoons, the art style has just gotten lazy. I'm just gonna say it. It's lazy. You don't see anything like the older Batman and Superman type cartoons, or the original Teen Titans there in 2003, or Kim Possible or anything like that. Just older cartoons had such varied and interesting art styles, and everything modern just kind of starts looking the same. There are small differences, but at the end of the day, it's not enough to keep it interesting. So, yeah, just seeing something different like this really just takes me back. And how even with anime, of the anime that I've watched for this channel, I think this has the most different art style. Yeah, just looking at what I've watched, Gurren Lagann, My Hero, One Punch Man, The Spider, and what was that thing called? Tonokwan there. They all kind of have the same art style of pointy chins and big, just what I would consider a stereotypical anime art style. Very similar to Sword Art Online or something like that. And that's not bad, and you can do a lot with it. My Hero has a lot of variation in its character designs and whatnot, but something like this is just, it's incredibly jarring in a good way. So automatically I love this for that alone. No, character-wise, seems pretty fun here. We have, so we got introduced to 6 major characters so far. So we have Death, which is strange to say. And he seems very odd. When Death is the big good of your universe, that is really weird. Or non-trope speak, the mentor figure who has everybody's best interest in hand, or at heart, or whatever you want to say. Yeah, it's weird. He also seems fairly goofy, but in a way that it's he takes everything relatively seriously, and he wants everybody else to as well, but nobody does. So he's just kind of not quite the straight man in all of this, but he's just trying to keep everybody in line, and that means that he's kind of got to be a little bit of a dick about it at times, it seems. But yeah, I want to know more about the history of this world, because yeah, the intro says that these demons at one point had the whole world in their grasp and under their control and whatnot. So, like, how did that change? What happened? And who was responsible for all that? And, like, yeah, there's just a lot of world building that we've kind of skipped over in favor of character introductions. And you know what? I'm fine with that. But, like, it's making me very curious, and I don't think they can hold off too much more. Or, like, once we get through episode 3 and the introduction of the other guy, I don't really think they can hold off too much longer after that in terms of actually giving us the world building. Yeah. So, yeah, just looking at the other characters here. Okay, so we had Death, and then we have our first pairing, or our first weapon and Meister group with Maka. I'm going to want to call her Mako at times, but no, it's Maka. Yeah, she seems pretty nice. I don't know whether it's appropriate to, like, say that she's cute or not. Like, I don't know what age these characters are supposed to be, so it feels a little bit awkward, because based on, the school setting, I feel like they're all kids. But maybe some of them are older, I don't know. She definitely seems to have that, like, teenage girl attitude about things. There was one moment of, like, surprising seriousness there, where it's just, like, the whole all men cheat type thing. Yeah, I don't know how to really feel about that, because it seems so serious, but then it was just the setup for Soul like laying a trap. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense that she'd have some trust issues after watching her dad be a womanizer, like, her whole life. That's pretty fucked up right there. Yeah. Speaking of which, though, we have her partner Soul, or Soul Eater is, I guess, his full name, which is kind of a weird name, but I guess since he's a weapon. Yeah, I mean, he's obsessed with being cool. Which, you know what? That's a fair character motivation to start out with, but I really hope he gets more development than that. I want to know, like, why is that his obsession? Like, why is he a weapon? Like, how does that come about? I want to know the backgrounds on that, which is part of the world-building aspect, but, like, I feel like for him, and for pretty much all the characters that are the weapons, they will end up going into more of their character motivations once they get to that part of the world-building. But yeah, so he's a scythe. He's pretty interesting and obsessed with being cool, and that informs his character decisions. And already we have ship tease with his weapon meister there, with Maka, and her dad is not approving. Probably because he kind of, I don't want to say regrets his past, but, like, he knows what kind of a guy he is, and he doesn't want his daughter ending up with someone like him. And you know what? That is also fair. Speaking of which, we did also meet her dad. He's a character in this. Death Scythe. Sure. I wonder what his original name was, because, come on, that can't have been, like, the name he was born with, right? Maybe? I don't know. Then we have Black Star, and yeah, he seems the most obnoxious of them all so far. Just like, why? That guy needs some character development. Stat. Because right now, he just seems like, if you take pretty much the worst aspects of all the male My Hero characters that are, the worst at times and just put them together. That kind of seems like what he is at this point. I'm not saying I hate him more than Mineta, but yeah, it seems pretty close at this point. That said, he did get a pretty cool moment in here, and, it seems like when he is being serious, he can be pretty awesome. So, yeah, look forward to that. I do not remember what his weapon's name was. It starts with an S, but other than that, I cannot remember what it is at all at the moment. So, yeah, that's unfortunate, but she seems interesting. She seems more like a motherly figure than like a sister or a best friend. And I guess it's just because, like, he looks like such a young child and she looks more mature and older. But I don't know how that's gonna work out and last. Yeah. We also set up a witch character who's just a tiny child. I wonder what that's gonna do. We also have the samurai guy whose name I don't remember. And the cat. The cat there. I don't remember what her name was either. But, I mean, she seems like she's going to be sticking around, and, yeah. She's certainly something. I don't know how I would react if there was such a being in the real world. Just a cat that's sapient and can turn into a humanoid and has lots of magic power and also seems like a massive pervert sometimes. I don't know how I would react. That's just weird. But yeah, a lot of stuff with this show has been just weird, but very fun. And yeah, that's pretty much my reactions, or like my feelings so far, is that this has been a very weird introduction to a series, but it's been a very fun introduction to a series, and the series in general seems like it's going to be just a riot to get through. Yeah, I don't know where it's going overall. Like, all three of these Meisters seem like they're trying to train up their weapons to become the next version of Death's Scythe, so to speak. But, like, why that's important and why, like, what happens after that is the case. Like, do they get bonded to a different weapon? Did they become Death? Like, it's not a very well-defined system at the moment. But, again, it feels like they're going to introduce us to all the major characters first and then go into the world-building aspect of it. And I can very much respect that. Because, well, doing that, you can just show off the world and then, like, let the audience develop the questions that they're going to have, and afterwards you can actually answer them with relative ease. You can just have, like, 1 or 2 episodes dedicated to answering those questions, and then we can move on and actually have plot-related stuff. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting next time. We'll be finished being introduced to all of the major characters, and then we'll go into the world building and maybe like overarching plot type stuff in episode 4, and from then on move on to maybe some arc villains or something like that. Who knows? Yeah, that's gonna be it for this time around, and again, sorry about being late for everybody watching this in real time. Yeah, I'll be seeing you all for the next one. Until then, bye-bye.